Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Usha Shekhawat, Professor and HOD, Department of Gynae Obstetrics, Mahatma Gandhi Medical College. Today I will be speaking on the preterm labor pains. What is preterm labor? So, with the definition, and first we'll talk about the epidemiology, where the burden of the preterm labor is much more in developing countries like India, and the prevalence ranging from 5% in developed countries to 25% in the third world countries. 28% of the total early neonatal deaths are due to the preterm birth, and the children who survive are major financial burden due to the morbidity associated with the preterm delivery. So what is the classification of preterm birth? Very early preterm birth, that is from 20 to 27 weeks, early preterm from 28 to 31 weeks, and late preterm from 32 to 37 weeks. The factors associated with the increased risk of preterm birth are the PPROM, and the previous history of preterm labor or delivery, decidual thrombosis and hemorrhage, maternal smoking, advanced maternal age, suboptimal weight gain during pregnancy, maternal stress, and cervical insufficiency or incompetency. The factors associated with the increased risk of preterm labor are mechanical factors, the uterine distortion, that is the anomalies, then the maternal urogenital infections, intrauterine infections, hormonal changes, uteroplacental insufficiencies, fetal anomalies, fetal growth restriction, environmental and genetic. What is the etiology and mechanism related? The maternal fetal infection and inflammation, and because of the HPA axis, there is stress, intrauterine, lower genital tract infections and systemic infections, then maternal fetal HPA activation, where there will be pro-inflammatory cytokine and prostaglandin cascade, matrix and metalloproteinases. Decidual hemorrhage will lead to thrombophilias. Abruptio placentae is seen in this, and because of the thrombin formation. Then because of the autoantibody syndromes, like again there will be matrix and metalloproteinases. Pathological uterine overdistension will be seen in the multifetal gestation, polyhydramnios, expression of the gap junction proteins and the prostaglandin oxytocin receptors. So this is the mechanism where the entire thing is there. There is the activation of the maternal and fetal HPA axis. There is inflammatory, it can be, or it can be decidual hemorrhage, or it can be pathological uterine distension. So how do the infections cause preterm labor? A strong body of evidence suggests that infection plays a role in the pathogenesis. The administration of bacteria or bacterial products to the animal resulted in either abortion or labor. Then systemic maternal infections and intrauterine infections. So intrauterine infection, the gold standard of diagnosis is a positive microbial culture from the amniotic cavity and can be intraamniotic or extraamniotic. So the pathway involved in this is the ascending infection from the vagina and cervix, the transplacental infection, the retrograde seeding from the parietal cavity, or there may be invasive procedures causing this infection, or histological chorioamnionitis. Most common microbial isolates from the amniotic cavity are the Ureaplasma urulatum or the Fusobacterium species, Mycoplasma hominis or Chlamydia trachomatis. Bacterial vaginosis, that is the normal vaginal milieu, has 95% of the lactobacilli which act against the proliferation of the other microorganism by maintaining an acidic vaginal pH. In normal vaginal ecosystem, the anaerobes to aerobe ratio is normally kept between 2.1 to 2:1 to 5:1. In the presence of bacterial vaginosis, the quantity and quality of lactobacilli decreases, vaginal pH increases, and aerobe to anaerobe ratio is changed from 100:1 to 1000:1. And so the Gardenia vaginalis, Prevotella, and the bacteroid species Mobilincus mycoplasma are most commonly seen in this infection. It is diagnosed by the Gram-Stein-Nugent score or EMSILS criteria, and the EMSIL criteria is thin white or yellow homogeneous discharge, clue cells on the microscopy, pH of vagina will be more than 4.5, and release of fishy odor on adding 10% KOH. Then comes the urinary tract infection. That was vaginal infection. Now the urinary tract UTI, and the E. coli accounts for 80 to 90% of the infections, and other gram-negative bacilli such as Proteus mirabilis or Klebsiella pneumoniae are also cultured. Staph saprophytus is the second most frequent cultured pathogen, and urine routine microscopy and urine culture and sensitivity should be performed. The vaginal colonization with the group B streptococci is strongly associated with preterm rupture of membranes, labor and delivery, and is a proven cause of neonatal sepsis. So then we come to the anatomical factors. There is a cervical factors, that is the short cervix, any history of that can be congenital, then any history on the cervix, any surgery, history of surgery on the cervix. Then there can be obstetrical injuries also, like cervical tears in the previous pregnancies. There can be uterine factors, uterine malformations, congenital septate, bicornate or unicornate uterus, acquired like the intrauterine adhesions seen in Asherman's, then fibroids more than 6 cm protruding into the cavity, that is the submucous fibroids. What are the medical and systemic disorders which can cause preterm labor? They can be acute or chronic. In acute, it can be trauma or shock, and in chronic, there can be chronic hypertension, SLE, restrictive lung diseases, hyperthyroidism, pregestational diabetes mellitus, maternal cardiac conditions, asthma, GDM, and pregestational renal disorder or SDP. Multiple pregnancy and preterm labor are closely connected, and that is the incidence is very high. The percentage of singletons born less than 37 weeks gestation is 11%, whereas in the twins it is less than 37 weeks 61.9%, and twins less than 32% it is almost 13.3%. So the mechanism of preterm labor, and this is because of the uterine overdistension, myometrial contraction. There is then release of the prostaglandins, which upregulates the oxytocin receptors and induces labor. So the mechanism of preterm labor here is that the risk is higher in monochorionic diamniotic twins. Nulliparous women with twin gestation are at higher risk, and the fetal sex appears to be a risk factor for preterm in spontaneously conceived dichorionic twin gestation. Twin pregnancy with one or two male fetus are at higher risk than the female. If we see in the ART pregnancies which have occurred after the ART procedures, the studies have quoted that there is a twofold increase in the spontaneous preterm singleton birth at ART cycles. In the ART cycles, 38.8% gestations conceived by ART are born preterm, 36.5 are low birth weight, 33.8 are small for date, 37.7 are prevalence in pregnancy with twins with IVF, and 33.4% with ICSI. Double embryo transfer has higher rates than the single embryo transfer. So the possible causes here could be ART per se, or because of the controlled ovarian stimulation, hyperstimulation, mechanical manipulations. Factors responsible for infertility may themselves cause this. Twins and multiple gestations, vanishing twin syndrome, transfer of fresh fetus versus the fresh embryo transfer, frozen embryo transfer, then the use of donor versus the autologous oocytes, and can be iatrogenic. So how do we biologically explain this? That there will be relaxin which causes cervical cholinegenesis and decreased cervical resistance, leading to cervical ripening. Now what are the iatrogenic causes? The pregnancy induced hypertension and eclampsia, overt gestational diabetes, elderly pregnancy, patients in elderly women with pregnancy, then FGR, fetal anomalies, amniocentesis, rescue cerclage, and cervical cone biopsy. Cervical cone biopsy is a very important cause for preterm labor. The risk factor assessment: low socioeconomic status, poor antenatal, extremes of age, malnutrition, smoking, drug abuse, alcohol, heavy physical activities, obstetric history, and uterine malformations. So this is the role of the assessment. Cervical length, TVS, cervical length, positive predictive value is very low in the short cervix. Thank you.